our police officers out there that serve every single day to protect us. And let's call it what it is. They go into some very difficult situations and some threatening situations. But as you said, when the number was just so far out,
right?
It was overwhelming. Like you said, that's when you really start to scratch your head and you start to question. And I think many improvements are being made. But again, just like you're doing right now, Cleve, making sure everyone's voice is heard. That is how you make sure that the travesties that took place to people like Rodney King over the years will not continue to happen.
All right, Cleve.
Implementation, yes. We need our police officers.
Oh, for sure.
And much respect to them. It's just a few, like in any other business or whatever entity, there's a few bad apples.
That's right.
A few bad makes it whole bad.
Absolutely.
All right. And much power and much blessing to our officers and all the first responders.
You got it. Cleve, thank you so much for your call.
Have a great day.
And just like what Dan said, I as well have nothing but the utmost respect for police officers. We've got family members who are in the police force in various locations across the state and the country. Also dear friends who I've grown up with. We also had other family members, who have now passed away who were police officers. And that is a hard job. You can't imagine, like you said, you're putting on a uniform and immediately know in some situations it's a target, that way. So it is a hard job. So, much respect for our men and women in blue, not only here in Detroit, but all across the country. Right now, we're going to talk to Robin, who is here with us. Hello, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Yes, hello, Russell. I'm glad y'all keeping the Russell name going, but y'all got it right about OJ. I don't believe he did it, and what he did wrong was married a white woman. That's what he did wrong. And so far as the police officers, I'm sorry, when I just got down, I don't trust them, especially the white ones. So I'm working on that, but I respect everybody, but those white police officers, I do not trust them at all. I'm sorry. But OJ, I hope that the government family just leave him alone and get over it. Their son was an addict, and leave it alone. And OJ, once you go out of your race, you begging for trouble. I mean, he had a beautiful black woman. Stay in your own race. And it's a shame they had to go to his house and make his house with black. Because I heard his house, the jury went out to his house for some reason, and they had to change the price around and make him look like a black man.
Oh, are you talking about that cover on Time Magazine?
Yeah, that's what he did wrong, messing with that damn white lady, so.
All right, Robin. Well, thank you so much for your call, and we're going to continue now with Tony, right here on 910 a.m., the Superstation. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Greg. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Tony.
So good to talk to you again.
Great to talk to you.
Yes.
I absolutely loving this. Our Cliff Russell, I say. I want to say about OJ. I think OJ should just be quiet. He has some residual personality disorder. I don't know if it's from concussion or what. But he should just shut up because he's making the situation worse.
Right.
I mean, right after the first trial, he should have just, play golf, shut up, and live his life. But no, he, I don't know. I understand that.
Well,
but,
Tony, one of the things, and I'll say this, I think when people do exist in that superstar atmosphere where everywhere they go, everybody knows who they are, everybody wants to talk to them, and obviously he was an outstanding college football player and then went on to become a outstanding NFL player. Everywhere he went, he was one of the most noticeable faces in all of the world, not just America. When that goes away, I think it's very hard for athletes to find that outlet. They can't just go to Walmart like normal people and go buy some groceries and go home. I think they crave that attention. Again, I'll say whether he was innocent, whether he was guilty, I think that attention is something that he still continues to crave, and I think this feeds that. And let's call it what it is. I think society is looking for it too. They want a little bit more. They want to know that eventually they're going to get the answer that either says, he's guilty or he's not guilty or something to support their feeling on the case.
Right. All right, Tony, thank you so much for your call.
I hear you. Thanks.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Take care. And actually, what she brought up always makes me think. There are a lot of times when, as you know, I get to interview, a lot of famous people. And sometimes people ask you, are there any people or person who you'd like to interview? And I used to always tell some people that OJ was one of the folks. And they go, well, why? And just with what you said, Dan, because it is the truth. Like you said, he was top in college in football.
Yeah.
2,000-yard running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
Big guy for Hertz commercials. Also, like in the Naked Gun movies and the Towering Inferno. And all of a sudden to go from one day being the guy who can walk into any restaurant and probably get whatever you want to eat for free.
Yeah.
Walk on any golf course. Everybody wants to be a part of your foursome.
Yeah.
And he's probably not paying for that either.
Yeah.
And to just having people, like you said, you're going down the street going, all right, juice, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
To almost what probably seemed like, in the blink of an eye, go completely opposite.
And not even just, and I think you said it best, it's not that you went from superstar athlete to normal.
Mm-hmm.
You went all the way to the other end of the spectrum where you are walking through a store and you don't know if that person across from you hates you.
Mm-hmm.
They recognize you.
Oh, yeah.
And so you go from being beloved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone across all ethnicities.
Yeah.
They all loved OJ.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, OJ would smile and light up a room and everybody loved OJ.
Mm-hmm.
And to go from everybody loved OJ to half of America hated OJ.
Mm-hmm.
And like the previous caller said, buying his sports memorabilia and then setting it on fire.
Just to burn it or destroy it.
Right. And I've had several friends that were superstar athletes in high school, went on to be superstars in college.
Right.
And then when it ended, they really struggled. They struggled with their identity. They struggled with who people saw them as, because think about it, all the things we talked about with OJ, what did you know him as? He's a football player. He's a great football player. But, no one said, hey, OJ is very smart and astute. And no, they knew him as a football player. And I think when that goes away, people really struggle.
And that is very tough. It is a hard thing because, like you said, we've heard other athletes, guys who we've also known, and just even stories we've seen. And you're right, that has got to be hard where every Sunday, Saturday, you're out there and everybody's screaming your name and da-da-da-da-da. Everybody knows who you are. Then when you retire, after a few years, unless you're like, I'll just say Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
I give that guy credit. He is still doing his thing right. He is on commercials, doing TV shows. He is out there.
It's so funny you said that. My 9-year-old last night goes, Shaq. He's on a lot of commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And so I laughed and I said, yeah, Shaq can't get away from the camera. And, hey, he's still making money for it.
That's right. And that's great. But like you said, for every Shaquille O'Neal, there are other people who I could probably throw out a name and you'd be going, who?
Right. Boy, you think about it, there's only so many Shaquille O'Neals, Michael Jordans, Kobe Bryants, Barry Sanders. I mean, after a while, it's like, you see Joe Montana doing a commercial and you go, okay. He's advertising for back cream, to loosen your muscles. And you're really like, really, Joe? That's where we're at now? Like, oh, man.
Are we close to the same age, Joe? I'm not sure.
It's right. So, but I think for OJ, that's a lot of what this is still helping to fuel.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, you've been, like you said, people have been feeding your ego for so long.
Yeah.
And like you said, all of a sudden now have it go away and, like you said, turn completely.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and people struggle also to understand. I've been able to see it with some of my own kids. It starts at a young age. Mm-hmm. It's not something that when you got to the NFL, people started to treat that way. I mean, I still see it every day that people are living vicariously through young athletes because it's something that they can't do. And I say it all the time. Why do people love sports? It's because we're able to watch somebody do something that we can't do.
Right.
And there's something about a team, right? I'll never forget, I was at a Pistons game years ago, and I hope the listeners don't get too upset with me, but I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. My son is named after Kobe Bryant.
And what's your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Jordan.
So,
okay, I just got to look in the studio. And maybe the last time I'm on the 8th and 19th show. But I remember I was at the game, and I'm wearing my Kobe Bryant jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pistons had come back, won the game, and I come walking down, and of course, I'm getting some people yelling some stuff, but this one guy who was highly intoxicated, he comes up and he points at me and he goes, "We beat you guys, man. Man, we beat you." And I said, "No, the Pistons beat the Lakers. You didn't beat me."
right.
And he looked and he goes, "No, man, we beat you guys." And I mean, it was we.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was wearing the Piston jersey, so it was we.
Right.
And I think people grow up feeling like it's our team.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my superstar player. And I think even to hear some of the passion today from some of the people, they're mad. Like, don't mess with OJ. OJ was our guy. And you know what? Through thick or thin, they're going to defend that.
Great. Absolutely. All right, let's check out a call now from Cass Corridor. Hello, Cass.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm glad to see that y'all are carrying on the legacy of Cliff Russell.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't know him, but, you know, what I liked about him, even though he was university educated, he never came across as an Uncle Tom or a house Negro. I like that about him a lot.
Right.
Okay, and I'm calling from the Cass Corridor. But my radio name really is Obama Phone. A lot of people don't like that. Can I say something about O.J. Simpson?
Sure, go right ahead.
Sure.
I never thought that he was guilty because the LAPD wanted him so bad. If they could have found any shred of real evidence, they would have convicted him. I mean, unless he was the greatest criminal mastermind of all time, and we know he wasn't because you saw what happened with that attempted armed robbery.
Right. Right. Yeah. Boy, yeah, that went over really well.
Yeah, that Vegas armed robbery didn't work out so well for OJ.
And I was just going to say, Cass, on that part, that was something I used to always say is, here's a guy who knew that he would have been arrested and put behind bars for 2 years for spitting on the street. Because you know how that's against the law. You have some places. But, you know, nobody's ever really going to go to jail. So, like you said, why would you then try to do this, you know, attempted thing of getting your stuff back? That's when it's like, keep it. You know, just don't worry about it. But go ahead, Cass. What else were you going to say?
No, but you know what I was saying was, I think he was innocent. I think he's done a lot of time in prison. I say let OJ make all the money he possibly can and enjoy the rest of his life. I really, you know, if he wasn't a black man, he wouldn't have had to go through all this. But I said, let him enjoy the rest of his life and make all the money he can. That's what I say. Thank you very much.
All right, Cass, thank you so much, and look forward to talking to you again. I know he said that wasn't his name, but I like the name Cass.
Hey, so Cass Corridor to me sounds pretty good. Well, and you know, Greg, on that same note, when you ask, you know, why does OJ go to Vegas? Why does he cause that trouble? Again, I think something that we've established with athletes that we need to improve upon is no means no. You still have to abide by rules.
Right.
And I think, unfortunately, the school system and adults in many ways are letting athletes down because they're saying you don't have to play by the same rules as everybody else. You don't have to attend class the same way. I mean, come on, we joked about it years ago where you were lucky if athletes showed up to class.
Oh, right. Like you said, thinking back to some of the 60s and 70s, all like that.
Right. I mean, you had people